happen to come across this. In case you don't know what you're looking at here, that's a big puddle under the engine there. Obviously, transmission fluid. I know it was negligent to not drain everything out before I took the engine out of the bike. You should always do that. I guess I'm gonna have to just gonna pick this thing up here and see if I can find out where the transmission fluid is leaking from. Okay, so upon closer inspection, the transmission oil leak was coming from this seam here, where the inner clutch housing meets the right hand crankcase half at the water pump area. This bolt right here, obviously, I should have picked up on this. This bolt goes all the way through and keeps pressure on the on that particular point of the inner clutch housing. So yeah, so since that bolt's obviously loose, there's no pressure being applied at that point. So when the engine was tilted forward, the transmission oil was seeping out, and it was seeping. It wasn't like a catastrophic leak by any means. Of course, the puddle always makes things seem worse than it is. Yeah, so mystery solved. Elbow? I don't know what you call that. Anyways, see a little JB weld on there. This obviously whacked into something at some point. Kind of got bent. What time is it here? Oh jeez, it's getting late. I might just button this up and call it a night. Yeah, so I got the clear coat paint off of that with brake cleaner. So yeah, that was another failed experiment. I'm also I am done with this gas tank. It looks pretty good. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of a gloss to it there. I managed to get most of the scratches off of it. Well, at least on the parts you can see anyways. Not right here though, where the sticker was. Yeah, down there, looks no sticker down there, looked pretty good down there. Of course the radiator shroud's going there, so I didn't really do too much there. Yeah, I got the threads looking a lot better. I mean, they still look pretty crappy though, with all those little burn marks in there from weld spatter, I don't know, something. Yeah, so yeah, I put a lot of, oh look at that, I see a little bit of reflection there. Put a lot of hours in this damn thing, just ready to be done with it. Yeah, it didn't turn out perfect. Yeah, it seemed like the more I went on with it, I was just kind of spinning my wheels. Got to a point where I think I was putting almost as many new scratches on as I was taking off. Yeah, just either dropping the damn thing or scratching my ring on it or something. So yeah, I said, you know what, looks pretty good from a distance. Yeah, so I'm done with it. Yeah, so get back to this part where the sticker was. Yeah, you can see how it I kind of gave up on that section there. You can see there's still some scratches there, but that's okay. I mean, that's gonna be that part's gonna be covered with the new sticker anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, I mean, I knew that going in, so I didn't really put a tremendous amount of effort into it. I'll tell you one thing though, it's a good learning experience. If I was going to do it again or give any advice to anybody else that was that planned on doing this, I would say go straight power tools. I mean, I just I hand sanded it. Probably why it took so many hours. Yeah, so when I started with what, 320 grit, I guess. Yeah, so 320, 600, 1000, 2000 here somewhere. Sand and sanded by hand, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I was able to get a lot of the scratches out. But yeah, if you want to make light work of a big job, go straight power tools. Like just use the random orbit sander, sanding pads. I did wind up getting a kit, a buffing kit for the random orbit sander. That again, first time using it, I had no idea what to expect, but yeah, it wasn't quite as good as I was hoping it would be. In fact, it was pretty useless. Well, I got to say that one thing that surprised that worked quite well was I'm trying to think what, there was a kit that I got with some wire wheels or so. I don't know. It was a kit of some sort, and it had this thing in it. So wool wheel. This worked pretty good. That worked pretty good for getting a nice nice finish on the plastic. And another thing, this was I just bought this on a whim. It was one of those surplus items on sale for 20 bucks, I think. I mean, geez, 20 bucks, can't go wrong, right? Yeah, all it's got is just it's got two pads, like a cloth pad and this wool pad, and that worked pretty good. So after the sanding, I would well, first I tried. Well, got a new random orbit sander. This thing seems to work pretty good. A lot better than that piece of crap Black & Decker one. So yeah, so this is that part of that buffing kit that I got. I used a bunch of different buffing compounds. I used the New Finish Scratch Doctor. I used the Meguiar's. I even used this Mother's aluminum polish with these stupid things, and yeah, just did absolutely nothing. So yeah, don't waste your time or your money. Don't get these things. Like I said, sand first. Use a wool pad of some sort. I went with this one, and then this one, and it seemed to work pretty good. Don't sand my hand. It was just, oh my god, agonizingly, painfully long, and it was just frustrating because it just seemed like I was getting nowhere. Anyways, like I said, pulling the plug on it. We're done with it. It's good enough. Good enough for, I mean, considering you know, what I had to work with from the outset. Yeah, I'm happy enough with it. Okay, getting late. I'm gonna wrap it up. That's it for now.